What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Try Time Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Matt and I'm back with another one of our Super League Club by Club preview videos. If this is the first one of these you're seeing, go back and channel, and we've done a number of these. In fact, we're probably halfway through now. We've got some of the big clubs on there: Wigan, Warrington, Leeds. So I was looking at Lee already. So yeah, have a look back at those, and we've still got a number of big clubs to come with lots of exciting updates. So without further ado, let's get into today's club of choice. And today I have looked at the Castleford Tigers. A club that's very interesting because currently they haven't actually released their squad numbers at the time of recording for next season. So whilst I've got the squad, I've got the transfers, I don't really have an indication as to quite who they see as their first team options. And in some cases, that's kind of a bit of a problem. But we'll touch on that in a second, and let's start where we have with a number of these and jump into transfer business. And unsurprisingly, after last year's relatively disappointing campaign, there's been a lot of players brought in. I'm going to touch on them very quickly and we can go from there. Firstly, they've got a lot of reserve grade level Australian players in. We've got Nixon Putt, Eli Elzakem, Sylvester Namo, Josh Sim, of course, but we know his time in Super League previously. They're all coming in from Down Under and the reserve grade leagues. None of them have made NRL appearances at this stage. And that could be, well, let's say that's just an interesting set of signings. I'm going to group these together for the sake of speed. But we've seen it go well and we've seen it go terribly. For every big blockbuster player to burst onto the scene at their new clubs, if I just even think Leeds for a second, because obviously this is where I see most of them, your Mitch Garbage, your Adam Cuthbertsons, they can be big successes. They can also be complete flops. You know, dare I say any more than Joe Vickery, and we all know what's happening there, you know. This could go one of two ways for Cass. If I look at the more UK-based acquisitions, Sam Wood from Hull KR is a solid, if not spectacular, Super League winger. Josh Hodgson coming up from Batley Bulldogs will be an interesting one. He knows the new head coach Craig Lingard very well from his time there, and, you know, only 23 years old, he's got something in him potentially. Sammy Kabula, another Batley addition. Not quite so sure about that one myself, we'll see how we get on. Lewis Johnson, another youngster coming across from Hull KR. And then, of course, Rowan Milnes, also from KR, and Luke Hooley from Leeds, who had started to get a few Super League appearances under their belt towards the end of last season. In terms of I should probably actually touch as well, Innes Senior has already joined on a season-long loan from Huddersfield. So in terms of those additions, there's some Super League experience in there. I don't think there's anyone that's looking, you know, their real standout statement signing at this stage of the year. And it looks quite settled. I don't think there'll be more incoming. So I think this very much sums where Castleford are as a club. They're a team that are looking to regenerate the squad and doing so by bringing younger players in. And you'll see from the players that have left in a second who's gone that they've tried to focus on the age factor and kind of rely on the fact that, you know, they're hoping 11th will be enough to keep them up, I think, looking at this squad. Because in terms of who they've lost, there's some key players here. Jordan Turner at 35 makes sense to depart. Nathan Massey, again, very experienced player there. Greg Eden, key player for Castleford. Not sure necessarily where they're going to go on that wing. Niall Evans is a massive loss at fullback. Things never really got going for Swam Matagi. Alex Sutcliffe never really made the step up. Kenny Edwards, we knew was leaving, and to be honest, the Cass fans seemed quite happy about that. Elliot Wallace going to Huddersfield, who, would you believe, randomly has decided, according to Wikipedia, is Nigerian. Who knows on that one? That's a random tangent, Matt, carry on. And then, of course, Gareth Widdock to Halifax. There's some very experienced, but crucially, key players who needed to be phased out in that list, and Cass have done that. I think in terms of building a squad for the future, they've done a decent job. The question is, have they built a Super League squad? And that's what we're yet to find out. I think for me, the key areas, who is the starting fullback? I'd imagine that this is Luke Hooley, who, He scored a good few tries at Leeds, he made some good runs, he's a sensible acquisition. Craig Lingard knows him well. The downside, he's not the fastest fullback, he only plays fullback. He's not a versatile back rower, which if you're giving him your number one shirt, you maybe don't care about so much. Where does Jack Broadbent fit in? I'm assuming he's going to go into the centres rather than that fullback position. Makes sense. I think the problem with Castleford squad for me, though, is it still just looks a little too top-heavy age-wise, and also, are their big earners really worth it anymore? Paul McShane, of course, is a big name on here. One of the highest earners probably at the club. He's, again, towards the latter half of his career. We've got Danny Richardson, who's coming back off an entire season out. So whilst he's young, question marks over his fitness. Alex Mellor picking up a bit, potentially serious sounding injury in the pre-season game against Keighley. Jacob Miller, a player the fans wanted out, is still there. There's a number of things going on. I've also got Joe Westham and Liam Watts, an aging front row potentially to talk about there, albeit I'm not really concerned about Westham because he's been playing like fine wine for years. But, yeah, I could say a lot about Castleford, to be honest, for a team that haven't really made too many exciting dents in the market. Now, I'm conscious that this video is already looking a little bit longer than some of the other previews, so I'm just going to touch quickly on the coaching changes. Last year, Castleford had 3 coaches in a single season, in the shape, of course, Lee Radford, Andy Last and Danny Ward. This year, it's another new arrival. Craig Lingard is in from Batley, where he did a fantastic job punching arguably above his weight on a shoestring budget and a championship squad. And he's joined by former Hull KR assistant and, well, heading into the season at least, Super League's top try scorer Danny Maguire. How do I think that partnership's going to get on? I'm not sure, to be honest. Lingard is a very good, astute coach who will focus on getting Castleford playing good basics of rugby. Whether or not he's got that flair to compete week in, week out at Super League level, we don't yet know. That's not been helped, of course, by the removal of the 8s, as I think the 1 year Batley did make those, I think it was John Keir back in charge then. And then, Hull KR have seen a resurgence in the last few years. They've been playing some really good, exciting rugby. But what's Danny Maguire and what's Willie Peters? Is this going to be the Mikel Arteta to Pep Guardiola that's going to magically start to make things tick? Or is it going to be the Cisco Munoz and actually he might have all the inspiration in the world, but ultimately the abilities of the head coach is not currently there? We'll leave those questions for now, and as we mentioned before, we have got a full big Super League preview coming up on the podcast in the next few weeks, so be sure to check that out, where we go a bit more into where we think each team will finish and probably discuss a little more some of these key strengths and weaknesses for all of the 12 clubs in Super League. If you did enjoy this, feel free to stick around, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join us for the second half of the teams, which, for some of these, still seem to be conducting transfer business, which is quite an interesting one this close to the season. Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye.